Welcome back, my fellow Ashen ones, to my Dark Souls 3 walkthrough. In episode 13 here, we'll be covering the Consume King Garden. So right here, I'm just going to do a little bit of leveling up, because I didn't do it during the end of my last episode. And then once I am done leveling up here, I will be heading over to Andre to check some things. Just making sure that I can't or don't have any Estus, and seeing how much I need to upgrade my sword. Now, this is where Carla is located. I'm going to give her the tomes for the pyromancy and for the miracles. She can take any of the dark tomes and miracles. It's best to give her the dark miracle tomes because it doesn't affect her in any way, whereas if you were to give it to the other merchant, it would affect her storyline. I guess you would still get the same out of her storyline, it just would end in a different way. But from here we're just going to head back to the Profane Capital once I get done changing up my spells here, because we weren't able to pick up Sigward's items that he drops, because we were teleported back to the High Wall of Lothric after beating the boss. So we're going to go grab his items, which are actually near the entrance. He drops the Storm Ruler's Greatsword and Piercing Shield, along with his Onion armor set. So if you are following along, you should now have 2 Storm Ruler swords. But we're going to actually head back to the shrine here, because I forgot to burn my Undead Bone Shard. And once we're done with that, we will head over to Lothric Castle, where we fought the Boreal Valley boss. So once we get here, we're just going to run up back into the little chapel area up here. Try to avoid all these enemies so we don't take any kind of damage. And once we get in here, we are going to talk to the, I guess, the steward or handmaiden lady up here, which will give us an item that we need to place on the statue right in front or behind her, which will trigger a boss battle, which will be the dancer. So the dancer here has a few different, I guess, attack patterns, but for the most part, if you stay behind him or her, she's pretty easy to beat. As you can see, I mean, I am doing a fair good amount of damage to her with just my flaming Astora or Astora longsword. Now that's probably about the only attack that you really would have to worry about if you stay behind her. She does have a grab attack as well, which can be a pain, but as long as you stay behind her, you won't really see that. Now, right here, just back up some, because I believe that black mist will actually hurt you, and whenever she brings out that second sword, she will automatically go into this little spin attack. She spins like 6 times, and on that 6th time she'll do like that complete like double circle. So if you actually roll into it, it'll miss you completely. And then from here, pretty much just kind of follow the same pattern of just kind of stay behind her and attack. If you want to do it from a distance, you can. You can actually just throw your fireballs or your sorceries, whatever you have, and just keep your distance. And honestly, this boss is really easy for range battles. Now, she does have two swords, but her combos are pretty simple to dodge, unlike the Pontiff boss, which was a major pain in the butt. But as you can see, I mean, for the most part, her attacks are really slow, where his were really fast, and the Pontiff had a lot of combos. So what I'm going to do is I'll get her pretty low here, and then I'm going to back up and just finish her off with a fireball. Now that I finished her off, I'm just going to go rest at the bonfire that pops up, and then I'm going to drop down the ladder so that we can actually enter Lothric Castle. But, oh well, I guess first we're actually just going to go to the back to the shrine so that we can level up here. Alright, so we're going to just head back to the bonfire that just popped up for us and head into Lothric Castle. So just go up to the statue, it'll cause a cutscene here, which just basically shows you setting that chalice, I guess, down, and then a ladder will pop down for you. So we're not actually going to go into Lothric Castle in this episode. Like I said, we're doing the Consumed King Garden. So what we're going to do is actually go left, which I'm going to turn around here. So you're going to go right now and go down this path. And by going down this path, you're actually going to find a soul packet right here. And then we're just going to take out the knight up here. Once you take out this knight, which shouldn't be too big of an issue, just knock his shield and get some swings in. I was trying to repost him, but for some reason it didn't give me that option. Guess I didn't get close enough to him. But with the fire sword there, I mean, it's pretty quick to beat him. So we're gonna just go down this elevator. We're not gonna go all the way down, we're gonna jump off here. And once you jump off, just go out and go to the right and you'll get an Estus shard. And then just go left and drop off and you'll get a Titanite chunk. Now there's a bunch of these little bunch of these enemies with the black, I guess, serpent things sticking out of them. Now just remember, all these guys are weak to fire, so they are fairly easy to beat with our setup that we have here. So we're just going to take that one out real quick, and then we're going to go to the right side over here, and over in the corner there should be a ring of sacrifice. Now we'll continue up the right side here, and there's actually 3 of those monsters. I can't remember what they're called, but I actually end up dying to this one right here because I get kind of screwed into one of his combos. So basically, I don't know how this really happens. Like, I figured I pretty much had him. I guess I rolled wrong or something. Pretty much rolled wrong, he knocked me on the ground and then hit me again and I died. So I'm just going to cut right back into this same spot. I just decided to fight it from a distance this time so I don't have to worry about dying. Now these guys will pretty much drop large Titanite shards with a chance of dropping Titanite chunks, as you can see there. So if you come into this corner, you will pick up a Titanite chunk and a human pine resin. And then what we're going to do is just go towards the middle again and head up these stairs and go down the stairs over here so that we can take out this guy from a distance. Now under the stairs there is a dark gem which we will be grabbing here in a minute. Trying to not let that poison build up on me too much. So what we'll do is we'll just come over to this wall. We'll take out these enemies over here. I'm not sure, but I think these guys may transform into them as well. So I don't know if they do or not. Just don't give them the chance. I mean, it only takes one hit to kill them. So we're going to kill the guy at the top here in the middle, and then we'll come down and grab all the items that are down here. So he's just like the guy that was standing in front of the elevator, but he doesn't aggro on me here, so I think I may get the backstab on him. Yeah, the first time I played this game I thought those guys were super tough, just because of those stupid shields. I was also playing a mage, so I didn't have a weapon that could break the shields, which makes it even harder. But once I actually got a sword that can do that, it makes it 10 times easier. So what we're going to do is just go down here and grab the items. Down here you'll find the shadow armor set, claws, and a black firebomb, and then over here is the human pine resin. Now when you go up the stairs here you'll find some Titanite chunk. Now that's, for the most part I believe that's all the items in this area. What we're basically going to do from here is go unlock a shortcut by going up here and taking this elevator up. So I'm just going to use the blooming purple moss there to get rid of the toxin, because I don't want to be losing health while fighting some of the enemies that I'm coming up against. So we're going to run in here and take on the few enemies that are in here. So we should pick up some Titanite scales, which I think are right beside us. Just waiting for the guy to jump down there. And There's one up there, and then there's another one that's hanging that is up the stairs, which should jump down by the time you take that one out. So just take them out real quick. And then there's two miracle cast people up here, which are pretty simple to beat. I mean, nothing too hard about them. So just kill them real quick as well, and then there's an item by the door which should be a Titanite chunk. As you can tell, a lot of the items in this area are going to be Titanite chunks, which basically means your weapon should be at that range. I think it's like 7, plus 6, plus 7, whenever it starts to require Titanite chunks. And this is where you're going to get the majority of them so that you can upgrade. So here we're just going to go back to the bonfire and level up again. So we're going to level up here. Getting pretty close to having the majority of my stuff at 30. By the time I get done, I should have like 30 health, 30 attunement, 30 dex, and then 30 into intellect and faith. So go to Andre to give him the Estus shard, and then we're going to give her the ashes that we have. And then we're also going to upgrade our sword. Now I think by the end of this episode we may have enough Titanite shards again to upgrade again. Not 100% sure on that. For some reason I'm thinking we do, but I may be wrong on that. Maybe next episode that we upgrade it again. Actually by next episode we probably will be able to upgrade it. Should be close to upgrading it to plus 10 by then. So we're just going to take this shortcut back so that we can go fight the enemies. There's, I think, let's see, one more item to pick up, and then we get another item from killing an enemy before taking on the boss. So, I mean, for the most part, this area is a very short area, and it is an optional area, but it does hold a lot of really good items for us. So just like with the last elevator, what we're going to do is just drop off halfway down so that we can pick up another item, which here we're actually going to pick up a ring, which is the dragon scale ring. And then we're going to take out the miracle caster up here. So if you don't come this way, and you don't have any range attacks, you won't be able to kill that guy. Now I ended up dying down here to the one that's standing in front of the doorway. He's a little bit tougher, and that one also does, once you kill him, he will give you the magic stone plate ring. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's just his movesets seemed a little different to me, I guess. I don't know why. Here was something really weird, like he was attacking and he got stuck on that pillar, and I just took him out of my camera range and he ended up dying like instantly. I don't know what happened there. Weird glitches, I guess. So just gonna bring this guy down. I'm just going to try and stay away from him as much as possible, because last time I got too close and he just ended up killing me. So I'm just going to use my fireballs to take the majority of his health down. I mean, as you can see there, he did pretty much half of my health that I had in one swing. So use my fireballs to get him weak enough, and then just come in with the sword to kill him. So I'm going to use my Ember now to actually restore my health all the way. And now we're going to go in and fight the boss. Now this boss battle is really different because this boss actually talks during the battle, which is something that other bosses don't do. So it makes it interesting because of what he's talking about, and you can also hear the baby in the background crying, which makes it seem like he's either, I don't know, insane, or he may actually have an invisible child that has just run away from him. But what will happen is he sits here like this and will attack you with his staff and everything until you get him weak enough, and then once he's weak enough he will go into all fours and start attacking you like a ravage beast. So the strategy for beating him is to just kind of stay under him and hit him from behind. The only move at that point that you have to worry about is his tails, or like his little spin move here, which if you time it right you can roll and you'll dodge the entire thing. If you pretty much stay behind him, you're gonna be set. If you get in front of him or stay far away from him, you may have more of a challenge because of his breath attacks and stuff like that, or his charging, basically trying to hit you. So, yeah, at this point, there's not really a whole lot to talk about with this fight. It's pretty straightforward as to what to do. There's not really anything else to do with this fight, other than what I'm doing here, like just sitting and smacking his ass pretty much, and then rolling whenever he spins. He has a little jump attack where he kind of like glides through the air and shoots like crystal breath at you. He has another breath attack where he'll actually sit on the ground and just breathe it across, which you saw there. If you are close enough to him, if you sit to the right or the left of his head, he'll actually move his head into you and push you into his body. But where we were just staying behind him, that's all you would see is him do that spin move and then the dash attack, or like the little rush attack. So there wasn't really anything too much to see in that boss fight. Now we're just going to level up and do our normal shrine stuff. I actually am going to go and purchase all of the pyromancy spells and miracles that I can at this point, just to get those out of the way. And then in the next area, Lothric Castle, will actually get another miracle tome, which will be the last one that we'll give to our miracle person, so that she can basically, I guess she'll basically end her quest line at that point by buying up all of her miracles. with the way we're ending her quest line is once you purchase all of her miracles, once you give her the 2 good tomes, she'll actually become a firekeeper, and she'll sit up in the firekeeper shrine area in the back, catacomb part, where we got the firekeeper outfit and the Estus ring. She'll sit back there, and you can actually go and level up with her if you want. Don't really have to. And then her little guardian guy, he will actually go back to where he was keeping her in that cage at the undead settlement, and he'll end up dying there. So where you can go and pick up his weapon, I believe. But that should be everything for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like and subscribe for more content.